least leading the series.
Yep. Dragonshire will be map 2. First ban to Supernova. They've chosen this. It's a map that suits them, and we may even see high Tahaka priority here for Kirisaku. His most played hero. 19 games, excuse me, over Urel at number 2 at 12. He has it's his third highest win rate, 21%, 4 and 15. But remember, this team has only won one series. This is a team of rookies. Kirisaku, Alex, Bentham, Habin, all of their first games of Heroes of the Storm they've ever played professionally is in this split. And they made it here. They could be the first team to avoid Crucible. It's come from Crucible. They're on the cusp, but they've never lost a game like that before in an important match like this. So let's see if NoChat can keep them together, because he's the veteran. He's been in this scenario before.
A Garrosh ban. So they want that Maiev open once again, even if it's Dragonshire. Or maybe Hanzo.
Tyrande will pull the ban, so I think they'll take the Maiev for the 4-man. We may see a hammer ban this time too. Oh, it will be the Hanzo though.
As Bentham actually, when Hanzo's open on Dragonshire specifically, Supernova, they have been picking Hanzo quite for a while now.
Well, they give this over now. You know, if you ban the Maiev instead, you can take the Hanzo regardless, and then you don't give Maiev over. Maiev Diablo is so powerful right now. I think the Garrosh ban may have been a mistake given their plans to take the Hanzo.
Yeah, last time I was saying with just the Hanzo, it's actually really hard to delete that Diablo. So they will bring their Phoenix. Even with Phoenix with Diablo, with that synergy with Salvo, much better. But without that Diablo, it's actually tougher.
Yeah.
So Supernova has actually, they have drafted what they want, but in terms of finding synergy, will be very tough.
Now they have the opportunity to ban Sergeant Hammer as well. I think it's a decent choice, given it's one of Dudu's best heroes. They take the winning matchup, or they try to make a non-losing matchup in the solo lane instead with the Urel ban. And look, this is not a must-pick for Hammer by any means, but I think it would have been a safe ban. I like the way that they approach this, though. They want to control the macro. This is their strength. This is what they're known for. And they're going down that solo lane path. But the global, Kirisaku's Tahaka we mentioned earlier.
Okay, they already have Phoenix, so no false stat in this game, which they love to do all the time. But Feliz does go for that standard and a flex for the last pick. It may just be a Junkrat, which is the most common one.
Yeah, could be. I don't know what a new Brock's saying in Korean, man. He's gonna come in with the white main though, as the final lock-in. With that skin. Li Ming! Okay, so an old favorite for Aimer. But it'll be Dudu though.
The older favorite.
The older favorite.
Yes.
Who's been playing mostly, you know, more of the carry DPS. But I guess in this case it makes sense to flex Aimer onto the Maiev. Okay, this is a great lineup on both sides, I'd say. It plays to both teams' strengths. On the side of Feliz, it's explosive team fights around Li Ming resets. And for Supernova, it's about controlling the map, using macro elements, the same elements they used in Game 1 to control early to mid-game and the earlier part of the late game, taking every camp on the map, pushing every lane, winning the lane trades, dealing with the Sergeant Hammer lane swap very well. I think this series could go the distance. I think this is going to be phenomenal. I'm so glad after that first series we'll have to try to get someone from Men in Black to erase my memory of. This is very refreshing.
Supernova will be in panic mode because they dropped that first game, which seemed impossible to lose. And Dragonshire could actually be the same thing.
Yeah, remember too, guys, everyone on Feliz actually has competitive backgrounds. Except Liu. I guess Liu is really the only rookie on Feliz, but everyone else has played. Like, OJ's played in OGN.
A long time ago.
Like, he's played on TV, he's played Power League, he's been around for a long time. And they're actually the older, more veteran players than the Supernova players. So I think it's good that you bring up again that nerves are going to be a big factor here for Supernova, I would say.
We'll see how much synergy that they find with the focusing from Phoenix and Hanzo, even though they have lots of CC chain. When they want to melt down that Diablo, it's not like they have Tychus, it's not like they have some percent damage like the Marthail in this case. They chose to go global path. Let's see if it works for OJ. OJ is one of the weaker tanks, I would say, when he actually does not have an escape, like a Muradin.
Yes.
So it could be possible they can just chunk him down, but Diablo is a very tough pick. The reason why we see Diablo first pick all the time.
Yeah, I think that we'll see a lot of the cocoons actually utilized for Diablo if the positioning is good for Liu on Deckard.
Yeah, focus Diablo.
Yeah.
Cocoon Blaze for that bunker.
Yeah, I mean, that's another option. There's ways to limit Diablo's power in fights. This is what the Hanzo pick gets you, by the way, on this map. What it took, the time it took for 3 members to clear the camp, he clears alone, and then they were able to get that top camp well timed.
Even
there.
before level 4.
Yes.
Well, once he finishes level 1 quest, even better starting level 4, level 7. Well, Hanzo is a ranged DPS that could clear camp super easily. Great for boss control, but not on this map, of course. So they would love to fight in the small choke points where Benton would be piercing post 16. But Feliz, when they want to fight in the small choke point, they have their Maiev as well. And when they need to do it at post 10, this game may actually be a cage game instead of the disc.
Yeah, it could be.
Trapping down White Mane and also Constant.
Grabbing the ability to, you know, set up big lightning breaths. I mean, cage can also lead to very strong Apox. So we'll see how it all comes out.
And there are lots of heroics where you can just take one out from the team fight. Cocoon, Containment Dish.
Let's be real, besides Combustion, all these heroes can be called. Okay, here's the White Mane heals showing their power here. As Alex tries to heal himself. He's body blocked by OJ though, but he lives.
Hot, teleports away.
He's got no mana though, so not helping anybody else in this fight. Okay, look at that damage from No Chat though. OJ caught. There's the stun follow up there from Anubrock with the Impale, the Burrow Charge. The Burrow Charge Impale missed there at the end.
The healing from White Mane in this team fight is insane. Oh, she does, when she gets all the please. And when the teammates are getting the extra heals whenever she does damage. Oh, that's quite scary as they were all very low. But at the end of the team fight, they were pretty healthy.
Mana management well done by Alex as well. He's got his level 4 talent, so...
Yeah, it's easier with the Consider now.
Yeah, it's really... I mean, he set that up to get the maximum mana return. 60 per hero as the deal. Dudu has to teleport away. Nice little rotation here from No Chat. His rotations tonight have been really threatening on both the Maiev earlier and now this Phoenix. Speaking of Maiev and Phoenix, he's going to be challenging Aimer, forcing him to teleport away. This could be a Dragon Knight potential for Supernova if he rotates down. Both of these supports have insane healing output, but Alex is going to win in the end. With his level 4 talent, he has more mana.
No, OJ's caught, so charges out. Smart choice there. No Brush Tucker yet. I think it's still on cooldown, so that's the reason why Feliz they're actually willing to fight all the way bottom.
Okay, this could be the Dragon Knight channel. There it is. No Unleash yet. Obviously no one's there, but they can force a fight using the threat of the Dragon Knight here. Quest completed for Bentham. So, like, Liu is running out of mana. Alex will not. And that's an issue in this exchange here.
Well, let's see 2 newest supports. Who wins? Focusing on to Dudu, teleports away. No kill spam, but OJ's caught in there.
Yeah, Liu gets the healing globe. It's the only thing that's keeping his mana alive. He's got a Hearth. This looks like it may just be a Dragon Knight. Hirsaku can't win this fight, but he can squat it long enough for the channel to come through. Minion wave here, just barely not enough to interrupt. And there you have it.
It's going to be the first Dragon Knight for Supernova. As Kirisaku, now he does have the Brush Talk, so Feliz. Of course, they were losing OJ. They were about to lose OJ. You don't want to lose all the souls. And when you know that the Haka has Brush Tucker down on the cooldown, you don't want to overextend. The Haka will come grab you. A kill leads into the Dragon Knight anyhow.
Yes. Okay, Aimer looking for a tether here. Habin tries to maintain proper distance. Does get pulled, but it won't matter. There's too many minions here. They want this healing well. Bentham's gonna look to chunk it down. Oh, I think he should be able to Q it one more time. So kill that wall first, then he will. And that's gonna be, you know, a pretty lackluster Dragon Knight, but I think mission accomplished. They want to hit 10 first. They've controlled this early game. Ping's on OJ. I don't know if they can actually kill him. Actually, might have been OJ pinging for help. I'm not entirely sure. It was shot.
Yes. Need
Short
help.
for just a second.
I need help with the wave clear. Diablo takes a while. And meantime, top fight has been won by the Haka, big time. Controlling the shrine for the Dragon Knight, having some extra wave, even with that global blaze. Basically, never went down there in this entire game.
Yeah. But he's been, you know, basically playing to the comp of Supernova. But I'm gonna solo this camp.
Easy.
Easy. Easy peasy.
Not even a single scatter missed.
Tough to miss those, man, at this level of play. Especially when, I believe it's his most played hero.
He's been known ever since the Open Division stage.
Yeah. 16 games of Hanzo, make it 17. Actually, did he play Hanzo last game as well? I don't think so. Alright, OJ. Caught? He did, actually.
Yes, he did.
18 games. OJ caught.
Okay, containment disc by Evo. Babers looking for a target. Cocoon early. Disintegrate used and forces out the warp from no chat, so that's...
The funny thing is, Disintegrate is so great against Cocoon, but it's also terrible against Supernova's team comp. It's a trade-off that I think a lot of pro players in Korea make just because it's like ingrained in your brain, like, oh, okay, he picked Cocoon, I picked Disintegrate. But Wave of Force could give them so much pick potential, so much carry potential. I think they lose a lot from choosing Disintegrate here.
But they just have to in this kind of team fight where... But let's see what happens when the Cocoon is on Li Ming, because that time will come very soon when Li Ming steps out a little bit. And when Aimer's looking for help, when they need some extra CC, looking for the damage from Li Ming, she may be just Cocoon.
Okay, long range arrow, big stun, no chat! He's safe! He's got the ability to just drop that salvo right afterwards. He's living!
He scans onto the other side, but it seems like the bunker is right there.
Nice Disintegrate there, stay a while and listen, right over here. Okay, it's only a Nubrock who really gets caught by that.
Now that was a Clown Fiesta arrow to save No Chat, and No Chat panics. And he's the most experienced player in the team.
Yeah, he salvos there way too early, no paired CC. In a panic moment. I mean, he did connect it with a lot of the members of Feliz, but I guess it just doesn't matter at the end of the day. Heroic trade advantage for Feliz. Bunker's cooldown's a little bit longer these days, but still. This actually could be a kill. Aimer's already used his jump. Should have it in just a second.
No rotation from either team.
He's just gonna die solo. He is just gonna die solo.
Spirits away.
What?
No help from the team, so this is actually
Are you kidding
a duel
me?
here. Let's go. Containment
oh, the disc, but they lose control. What?
Gets a kill,
Why
yes.
did he do that? I guess our observer was just really trying to be, you know, PG about this. He's like, nope, nope, whoop, camera went away, nobody died here.
No red water shown on the screen.
Yeah, no red water.
We can't use that B word.
Where are the birds? Where are the birds, G-Club?
We need to find peace. And right after that, it's rest in peace.
Every time somebody dies in the movie, it's not shown on camera. There's always got to be birds.
Or some nature shots.
Yeah, so it's usually birds flying for some reason because the gunshot. In this case, the Maiev knives, I guess. Well, anyway, that was anticlimactic. What buzzkill? Okay. At this moment in time, this is a very even game. But I think the control of the game has slipped away from Supernova a little bit. And let's go back to what we said at the beginning of this map too. It seems to be that the rookies on this team have got their clear heads, and it's No Chat, the veteran, who actually has slipped a little bit, who's actually playing nervous.
Yes.
And that's not a good sign for the rest of this series. Supernova had full control over this game. They've lost that. Still have structural advantage if you look at the fort health, but No Chat again in the mid lane. He's their target. Okay, stun has to be used once more, but this time they're going to turn the fight their way. They get the kill there.
That was a great snipe from the arrow. That's what they needed. Silenced.
That should be a kill. That's all his soul's gone.
Yeah, Rip Souls. He'll be back in a few seconds, but that's all they needed because they were having trouble bursting down that Diablo. Without the soul, it will be much easier. And they're closer to 16 when that's exactly possible from Hanzo and also No Chat.
Hirasaku channeling here, and they've got the bot camp ready to go. Feliz looks like they will just give up another Dragon Knight. No way to come in here. Habian confirms no one is able to interrupt.
Big bait, good bait by No Chat there. The last time he almost went down, that was almost a mistake. But this time he actually sets that up for the entire rotation of Supernova. Great plays. 11-minute Dragon Knight. Continue to push with this camp even better. He'll have the aura around them.
Yeah, he's going to have full health as well.
The less damage from spells.
Yes, spell reduction here from the wizard.
Yeah, Tutu is going to take... Might as well just use Disintegrate here with the Lightning Breath.
Yeah, this is rough, man. There's no hard engage once again for Feliz outside of the charge from Blaze. Remember, that was what helped them survive to win the game in game 1. Stay a while, listen could be a tool to catch someone here. They need to be careful. If they have Wave of Force and you have Stay a while and listen, Li Ming becomes so powerful. But because they have Disintegrate, I feel like there's... I actually completely, very strongly feel that yes, Disintegrate is great against Cocoon, but I think it was the wrong choice in this game. And I know that everyone will always think in their brain that it's like you never pick Disintegrate against ETC, but sometimes there are exceptions to the rules, right? And I think this is one of them.
If you're confident enough to assassinate, and get those resets, but I don't think they're feeling that. I think this is the first thing they should think about when they play this kind of a match, when it's just death match going down to the Crucible, is being safe.
Yeah, Dudu, you know, has the opportunity to pick Archon at 20 if the game goes that late, which it's starting to look like it is. Yeah, and I think that he could get some value out of that versus Dragon Knights versus structures. Because we are going to late game. I mean, the keeps are all still up. Even if Supernova loses the fight, they have 3 forts to fall back on. So I think that we see 20 in this game, one way or the other.
And even if Li Ming wants to burst one, when that Scarlet Aegis comes down with that armor, it's going to be tough. So Deckard as a counter needs to buy a lot of time. Yeah, well, even with that stun now onto 16, because we had some changes onto Deckard.
That's true. Well, right now, Supernova is just doing what they do best. They control the map, their macro. They have not given a single neutral camp in this game. They have taken the bot camp twice. Took their own camp. They're just maintaining their level advantage, which is what they did previously. Playing safe, controlling the map, waiting for the objective to spawn. Avian checks bushes, misses.
And No Chat's gonna be the face one.
Oh
face
my God,
checks.
are you kidding me? No Chat! Stunned, health going low, has to warp away. Dudu looking for that reset, gets it onto Haben. Anatan gets the bunker up, so he's alive. Dudu.
Yeah, Aegis way too late to save his allies. That's one down. Athen managed to go. Stay alive, OJ, of course, pretty tanky.
They're re-engaging though. Uh-oh. Hirasaku in trouble, has to burrow. Stay a while, listen, misses here, but it's gonna help Zone to allow the retreat. So they trade up. They kill the main tank just in time for the shrines to spawn. They're all so low.
No one wants to listen to that old guy.
No, nobody does.
It's like the principal speaking before we actually have the fun.
You know that really chatty guy like at work who always talks to you and you see him coming a while away and you actually don't even engage the conversation, you don't even say hi. You like get out and then you just pass without interacting with him? That's what they did. They were not staying while they saw Decker and they were like, and we're not even starting a conversation here. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to tell you like how the cats are doing. Like, no.
No, but that was a really nice bunker that actually saved a lot of those members. And of course, a zoning stay a while and listen just to keep themselves safe in a retreat, I guess. That's the best way of putting it. But Supernova, they had some. Of course, Alex was way too far away. No chat, face checking into that bush. Oh, cannot happen anytime.
No. That was a big problem. What a world we would live in to see Feliz win this series. I cannot believe
it could happen.
They were the massive underdogs. They've won game 1. They're having a great comeback here in 2. For the first time, Supernova will lose the neutral camp.
It feels like Supernova's busy thinking about how to win. They're forgetting the basics about the game. And that's how that just shows a lot of panic in the team right now. But once they hit 20, of course, they will still lead the game. But one more mistake like that would be a key because we're going to that late game.
Yeah, and
Oh yes, Wolf, it's happening.
I'm watching this. Like, this is real. 20 is almost set for Supernova,
But look at us pushing. Feliz is pushing.
No Chat is permanently in the mid lane, you know, and he's vulnerable now in just a second. They have to be careful about that. No Chat could be collapsed upon.
Level 20 is coming.
He's got it.
And Teaka could come down anytime, so they have to catch the rotation. Here comes the engage. Teaka comes.
No Chat's coming down. Okay, here's the lightning breath. Salvo. Very early, but it does hit. Dudu there. They get the first kill onto OJ. He does not have enough souls for the insta respawn. No Chat's going in. He wants to chase. He's just trying to interrupt the mounts here.
Yeah, No Chat has a 20, so he's not scared.
Yeah. Totally fine as the heals come through.
So this will not be stopped.
Another Dragon Knight for Supernova.
This will very likely to be keep Feliz. They want to start their own macro here. But cannot be done because Supernova has 20. They can't really soak. They don't have a Dehaka.
And the same problem that Feliz had earlier, they will have again. They don't have any hard engage, so they just have to poke this Dragon Knight down. They do not have 20. They cannot upgrade Disintegrate. They may choose not to if they do hit it, but this is a game that Supernova can win with this push, with the level 20 fight advantage. 15 seconds on that Dragon's Arrow. And that's all it takes is a good arrow, and this game is over. Feliz, they had a great comeback in game 1. Can they make it happen here in 2? Let's find out.
And also Bullseye taken by Hanzo.
Yes.
Want to have a stun onto Liu.
Okay, here's the stun. There's the arrow. But look at this. No Chat is caught. Is slept as well. Liu, totally safe at the moment. They're going to commit to the core. Aimer in the back line here drops down that disc. The Dragon Knight needs to hit the core. Bunkers up. The core is going down. The Dragon Knight's very low though. Dudu cannot get a reset. Cannot do enough damage.
Need to find a kill right now and go for it.
He's kicked away.
Get a kill on Hanzo, but Dragon Knight does too much damage late game, and the core will go down. We'll have a series. 1-1 tied.
1-1 tied up. They did not make the same mistake they made in game 1. They did not walk away safely. They said this game is over. We failed to end it in game 1, but in game 2, they did not repeat the same mistake. They were able to end it and bring us to a tied series.
Before Feliz hits that 20, they let that go. No, not let that go last game, but they were way too passive. They changed their tide around, even though some mistakes, face checking inside. They still had maintained their lead, and a few mistakes of the late game with OJ there getting caught. When Diablo's dead, look at the rest of the members who can actually start the team fight.
Is out-damaged by OJ, Hanaten, and Aimer. Only one he out-damages is Liu. Not a ton of damage done here for Dudu's Li Ming. The Disintegrate allowed him to break cocoons, but I think that the Wave of Force may have allowed him to carry some fights, which he was unable to do.
If I want to defend Li Ming against all the beetles from a Nubarag, it's actually very distracting because it always blocks your missiles and sometimes the orb, which could have done a lot more damage once it goes far, but Beetle just stops it in the midway. But that's quite a low number, I have to be honest.
Yes.
And Hanaton getting the most. Of course, game 1 and 2, he had some really great jet propulsions to set up some fights. But in terms of his rotational skills versus Kirisaku, of course, against the Dehaka, a little tougher. But in the middle of the game, we actually see Hanaton just in the middle for no reason. He just stays in the bush and soaking in some extra EXP when he could actually be pushing. So that's the kind of macro call we actually have from Feliz. The reason why they're losing the EXP all the time.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I think that the way that they were losing these Dragon Knights is just around that macro control. That's why they were able to squat and get that first Dragon Knight with the Haka in the top lane. Supernova played to their strengths. Feliz couldn't keep up with the macro, and every Dragon Knight was so impactful because all they had was Li Ming to really push it back. And they couldn't look for hard engages. They couldn't actually trap the members that were pushing in on the side of Supernova. So we've got a 1-1 series now. For those who have just tuned in, there's a best of 5 to decide who is getting knocked into Crucible. That team will have a second chance, of course, at life in HGC 2019 in that Crucible. But you want to avoid that if possible.
Yeah, also Aimer on that Maiev. First pick with Diablo, which could be a very scary comp together. And Diablo's still away from the Phoenix, so it could not get the salvo connection with that Lightning Breath as well. But he was not really the one to make an engagement where due to can focus onto one target. That really, OJ Maiev synergy didn't really come through too many times. They were actually just way too far away from their teammates, trying to engage alone, not without the teamwork. And they were caught so many times.
Yeah. I mean, you have to know what you're trying to accomplish. Like when you do damage, you have to know I need to be in this place to do the maximum amount of damage. But you also need to know what that means for danger. You have to know the danger level, because usually to maximize damage as a DPS, or like for example a Rainer, you need to be in position to do that damage. But getting into that position is the tricky part, because if you get into that position the wrong way by taking shortcuts or playing less safe, then you get caught, you die. So you have to understand both maximizing damage but maximizing safety, because a dead Rainer, for example, does 0 damage.
Yeah, of course. The Raider can be quite powerful, but when the Rainer's done?
No.
No.
None.
Well,
so,
what about Tide? Yes.
Yeah, so we are going to go to a break eventually, as soon as Castro decides that we are.
Yes.
And we're not filling time for a technical difficulty or anything. I don't really know.
But I'm really glad that Supernova was able to sing around, because they were panicking certainly in Game 2 after that heavy loss. And finally we can go to break.
All right, so we're going to go to about a 5-minute break, guys. When we come back, we're finding out who is going to the Crucible.